Okay, today we are going to talk about current in a parallel circuit. If you are unsure about what current is, please do check out the previous video. Let's start this video with the takeaway rule. Current into a junction is equal to current out of a junction. We're going to revisit our analogy of my postmen on the road. Remember, my postmen were my coulombs and my roads were my wires. Okay, let's have a little look at this circuit here. There are 2 amps of current flowing through the cell. And if I follow that current round from the positive side of the battery down to this junction here, we can see that that 2 amps arrives at that green junction. In my postman analogy, this is like 2 postmen arriving at that junction. Now, my postmen have 2 different roads that they could travel on. And assuming that those 2 routes are the same, they'll split. One postman will go one way and the other postman will go the other. So we now have 1 postman driving down each road and 1 amp in each branch of my circuit. Then we continue and we follow that current round until we reach the yellow junction now on the other side of my circuit. At this junction here, my 2 postmen come back together and travel up the same road. So now we have 2 amps flowing out of the yellow junction. You see, in both of my yellow and my green junction, my current into the junction was equal to my current coming out of the junction. For the green, 2 equals 1 plus 1. And for the yellow, 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Okay, so we've just seen something where the current split evenly between the 2 branches. But that doesn't necessarily have to be the case. It actually really depends on what is in your circuit as to how the current decides to split. Remember, you can still figure out how much current is going down one branch by considering the rule. Current into the branch equals current out of the branch. Let's have a little look at an example. In this circuit, what is the current at points A, B and C? Okay, so for point A, we're going to zoom into this junction here. And I can see from my diagram that I've got 6 amps coming into this junction. And I can also see that I've got 1 amp flowing out of the junction so far. So in order to make my current flowing in equal to my current flowing out, then I need to have another 5 amps that are flowing through the branch through A. In this branch at B, there is 1 amp before the bulb, and so there will be 1 amp after the bulb as well. The current will be the same because there have been no junctions for the current to split. Okay, and finally at C, we can see coming into my junction, I now have my 1 amps and my 5 amps, which means that coming out of my junction, I will have 6 amps. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you found that useful. Please do download the notes and check out the next video on resistance to consider why the current splits how it does.